Okay, that's a little better, but still pretty slow. So let's talk about it. What's up? What's happening? What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Animation Station, your most sister for anything and animation, including an ancient family fighting off the creatures of the night, and TV and movies as well. I'm your host, Jackson Small. Welcome back to Return to 31 Days of Horror. I'm sorry, wrong marathon. Welcome back to Castlevania-Thon. Welcome to our second episode of the second season of the Castlevania anime from Netflix, titled Old Homes. This episode is a little better than the last one, but it's not quite great yet. I'll do my best to explain it, but this one has a very long plot, so a lot happens in it. We're going to go through it all together, piece by piece. So let's dive in. The synopsis. Trevor, Sypha, and Alucard take a dangerous path in their desperate attempt to defeat Dracula. The last vampire general, Carmilla, arrives at the castle. We'll talk more about Carmilla later. Alright, let's go into the plot. So this episode starts off at Gresham in 1476. Trevor and Sypha talk with Alucard, asking how Dracula's castle can move from place to place. In order to find a way to defeat Dracula, Trevor suggests heading to the ruins of his family home, the Belmont Estate. His family collected information and equipment to help with monster hunting, and Trevor believes they will find what they need there. While Sypha heads off to find a covered wagon, Alucard asks Trevor if he thinks they will find the answer at his family home. Trevor replies that it's the only idea he has. Once Sypha finds a covered wagon, the trio depart from Gresham, which means we're leaving this setting for, I believe, the majority of the rest of the season. So, say goodbye to it now. Then we go to Dracula's castle again. Dracula's war council continues to bicker and squabble amongst themselves. As Dracula tries to bring his generals into line, Carmilla arrives to join the war council. Dracula admonishes her for not joining them sooner, even though her presence was requested. Sorry, I can't talk today. Carmilla counters by pointing out that his castle moves, but she is joining the war effort because Dracula's forces were repulsed at Gresham, and his generals are in disarray. Carmilla asks why his new wife was never turned into a vampire, angering Dracula, who demands to talk to her privately. In his private chambers, Dracula questions Carmilla's motives in angering him in front of the generals. Carmilla points out that all of his generals were wondering the same thing, and by bringing it into the open, she gave Dracula a chance to address it, which he didn't take. Carmilla was informed of the castle's location by Godbrand, who desires to sleep with her. Yeah, again, he's kind of a dumbass. Dracula asks if she would, to which Carmilla admits that she would, if only all of the males of the world, half the females, and some of the animals were already dead. Dracula directs Carmilla to help the Devil Forgemasters, Isaac and Hector. Then we pick back up with the trio between their journey of Gresham and Argus. Trevor, Sypha, and Alucard camp for the night. Sypha asks Alucard why he does not burn in the daylight, and he reveals that it is because of his half-human heritage. Alucard goes on to recount the story of how his mother, Lisa, met Dracula. Alucard believes that Dracula could have benefited the world with Lisa's influence, since he is a scientist and scholar, and knows of things long forgotten by mankind. Dracula was away from his home learning about the world when Lisa was killed by the church, and the act has driven him mad with grief. Alucard tells him that Dracula's plans for a world without humans. And it's a pretty haunting monologue. I'm gonna hope that it's somewhere where I'm reading this, that way I can read it to you, because it sent fucking shivers down my spine, dude. It was such a good freaking monologue. But the trio is then attacked by a group of demons. Dracula's forces are killed by the party, except for one badly injured demon who escapes by flying away. With a combination of Alucard showing off some of his powers, as well as Trevor being Trevor, and slicing one of their heads in half with his whip. Then we go to Dracula's castle again. In the castle, Isaac kneels on the floor, constantly whipping his back. He remembers the last time his abusive former master whipped him. His master believed he was stealing from him, but Isaac was trying to learn better to help his master because he loved him. Isaac's master continues to whip him, telling him there is no love in the world. That's when Isaac finally snaps and kills his master by gouging out his eyes. It's a quick death for a very repulsive character. Godbrand brings the injured demon who escaped from Trevor's party to Isaac. It flew all night to get back to the castle and died on the doorstep. Godbrand asks Isaac why he whips himself, to which the Forgemaster replies it is for discipline and peace. Godbrand leaves the dead demon in Isaac's care and he begins to resurrect it. Dracula's war council convenes again, and Godbrand believes that the Argus force is lost. Hector counsels leaving Argus and attacking Brela, which Carmilla supports as it is a river town. And running water can kill a vampire, apparently, because it's running off of Hammer movie rules. Taking Brela would effectively seal off Wallachia. Isaac supports continuing the attack on Argus because it is an old and respected town. Addressing Dracula, Isaac reports that an unknown party is on the road to Argus, attack the demon he resurrected. Knowing that Alucard slept in Greshit, and with the reports of a Belmont in the city, Isaac believes that they have joined forces, which he's right. Carmilla immediately suggests putting a watch on the Belmont Estate in case they are heading to obtain the trove of magic and weapons rumored to have been hoarded by the Belmont family, but never found. And that is how the episode ends. Yeah, it's not as long-winded of an explanation as the last one, but it's still a pretty long plot, and a lot of exposition. But we get some action this time, which is nice, and the animation is still fantastic. Let me see if I can find... Oh, first I gotta talk about the bickering between Trevor and Alucard. It is so reminiscent of something like Goku and Vegeta, just a little bit more R-rated. Trevor, eat shit and die. Alucard, yes, fuck you too. Oh, that's funny. Okay, where is the line? Aw, man, they don't have... Damn it, they don't have Alucard's monologue. Real shame. His monologue in this episode is so fucking good. I implore you to go check it out for yourself. Okay, final thoughts. Let's wrap this review up, shall we? This one's a little better than the previous episode, but it's still really slow. The bickering between Trevor and Alucard is pretty funny. Learning more about Isaac is fascinating. Alucard's haunting monologue was bone-chilling, and the short battle against the demons was pretty cool, especially with Alucard using one of his moves from Symphony of the Night. That being his little weird teleport move thing. But it's still a lot of long-winded exposition. It's a pretty good episode, but still not quite there yet. We're not at the greatness of the last 2 episodes of the previous season. But I'm sure we'll get there eventually. So that's going to do it for this review. My final verdict for this episode is going to be a 7 out of 10. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please look forward to more videos like this almost every single day. And I'll see you guys next time when we tackle episode 3 of season 2, titled Shadow Battles.